So, back here at the Domin Enclave to speak with Lady Ugiri. Let's go ahead and continue on with the ranged DPS quests here for Endwalker by speaking with Lady Ugiri to take on the level 88 ranged DPS quest entitled The Devoted Daughter. Ugiri appears armed and ready to leave the Enclave, which can only mean one thing.
You've arrived not a moment too soon. The blasphemy has been sighted on the coast. For mercy, there are no reported casualties as of yet.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey there, Lord Hien, how are ya? Long time no see. Just the one I was hoping to see. No sooner had we cast our wide our nets than a Confederate messenger was at our door. If you'll join us, Rasha awaits our arrival at Onokoro. Oh, Rashaman, huh? Alright then. I will join the two of you there. Alright, Onokoro time! Let's climb. Reunite with Rashaman and Tansui of the Confederacy. As the sun rises here on the far eastern seas. You look awkward there, Rashaman. What gives? Well now, that the noble Lord of Doma should come in person once again. Maybe these blasphemies truly are a threat. Yeah, they are. Indeed they are. And I was told you and yours sighted our quarry quite recently. Unless you are gonna deny it. Yeah, stare off into the sunrise, you big lug. Aye, that we did. Near the islands of Shoal Rock. The beast appeared to be docile by all accounts, but appearances can be deceiving. If it is as you say, and this blasphemy has eyes for only former conscripts, then we have naught to fear. I trust those we accepted into our care are still at yours at the Kienkon, enjoying the finest Domin hospitality. Yeah, he's being mocked. Anyway, I know not why I came to the Ruby Sea, nor why it remains idle. But if we act quickly, there's a chance we can take it unawares. I propose we divide our forces. If you're willing to go ashore, we'll take a shipper and circle about the islands. The first to find it will have the honor of the kill. Alright then. Huh, a simple enough plan. Shall we off to Shoal Rock then? Alright, let's go and find that freak of nature. Will this sunrise be a good omen? Or will it not? Let's go find out. Yeah, going across the shallow parts of the Ruby Sea to get to where we need to go. Yeah, just on the shore. This is where the blasphemy was last sighted. If the fates are kind, this will all be over soon. I mean, Adu, we're getting a pretty sunrise. That's gotta amount for something, right? So as we arrive on the scene, we found it. Target sighted. Yeah, we're looking at you. Come on over. Oh, we just scared it off. Damn. Yeah, stupid thing.
Such speed. I doubt even my falcons could keep pace with it.
Yeah, sorry there, Tansui. Bah, don't tell me that blade's flying off into the distance. Yeah, it is. I hope the will that bore me in life might compel the beast to stay and fight. Perhaps less of Minato remains than I thought.
Minato? That monstrosity was Minato?
Uh-oh. How do you know each other?
You knew her?
Yeah, because Hien has not been having good luck with trying to understand the people who came back from being conscripted into the Guardian army. Her family tried to flee to Hingoshi during the occupation, but their ship was raided and sunk. When we happened upon the wreckage, she was huddled between her parents on a piece of flotsam, desperate to keep warm, but they had long since gone cold. We took her to Onoko where we nursed her back to health. Couldn't imagine what horrors she must have witnessed. The mere sight of all weapons was enough to make her start screaming. Yeah, that'll kinda do that to a child. She was clearly unfit for our trade, so we sought a village that might take her in. Isari was that village. Yeah, because I doubt you're gonna raise a child into a pirate. Well, at least one in her situation. Several months later, I chanced to meet her on this very beach. She was in the company of a young Ori fisherman, and I knew at once that she had found more than a home there. I saw them here many times after that. She found something comforting about this place, I think.
According to reports from Razat Han, the memories and desires of those who can turn their influence into behavior as blasphemies.
Then perhaps Minato's memories are what compelled the beast to come here. That would all explain its timid nature. Minato was never one for violence, and the sight of you, blade drawn no doubt, stirred what little of the woman remains in the monster. Well, we gotta fight it at some point, right? If that's the case, an assault on the Kienkon is unlikely, guarded as it is by our samurai. But how are we to fight an enemy so quick to flee at the first sign of danger? Robbed of her parents, her husband, and now her life, I would rather we didn't have to at all. But I understand full well the risk we take by doing nothing. If we catch sight of the blasphemy again, you will be the first to know. Perhaps next time we can put her soul to rest. You got it. Yeah, so much for that try. Ian. There's naught to do but bide our time. Come, let us return to the Enclave. Yeah, no combat required here. We're just heading back. Alright, back over to Lord Hien. So, what do we do now? As we discuss things amongst ourselves. Given what we have learned, it seems likely that the blasphemy will return to Shoal Rock, but that knowledge will avail us not if we cannot prevent it from escaping again. So how do we prevent its escape? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, this is music we don't want to be hearing because, yeah, we remember you. You were telling everyone to not trust Lord Hien, Miss Kisei, the freaky mystic.
Lord Hien, on behalf of the people of Isari, we are come with a request.
And what's that?
We welcome you here with open arms and hearts. What is it you would ask of me? Those returned to us in the prison exchange have been granted shelter at the Kienkon. That they yet live is an affront to the Kami's grand design, and the spirits of our loved ones suffer for it. Balance must needs be restored, and so I beseech you to render them unto the goddess Izanami.
Yeah, this is not a good idea. Yeah, Hien's like, how about no?
'Tis not our place to pray for the death of others, nor draw steel to sate mere bloodlusts. When I take a life, be it by command or my own hand, I do so not in service to vengeance, but to uphold my duty to Doma and her people. How did your mercy for Yotsu serve your duty? How were your people made better by the sight of her walking free? For her crimes and her cruelty, I cut her down the day we took Doma Castle. I sought to kill her, and by rights she should have died then and there. But the Kami willed otherwise, and returned her to us alive and bereft of her memories. Yeah, in case you forgot, which obviously these people did, with no recollection of all deeds, it would have been Tsuyu who faced punishment, not Yotsuyu. This was my judgment, and for it you were denied the justice you deserved. you have every right to resent me. Which they definitely do. But you come before me and ask that I sacrifice men and women whose only crime was to suffer, to be condemned to a life of servitude. If you truly believe your cause to be sacrosanct, believe yourselves fit to bear the burden and swing the sword, then step forward. Any willing volunteers? Sophistry and lies! They were meant to die! The spirits demand it! Yeah, you're not going to be satisfied. Are these the words of the dead, or the living who yet mourn? I have a feeling, yeah, I used the right voice. Back from his long pilgrimage of nearly 3 years, Gosetsu. Welcome back. Word of the Asari priestess and her gifts is spread far and wide, and I thought to see the truth of it myself. By coincidence, I crossed paths with a traveler hailing from the Saltstein village, who had a mind to return as well, but, alas, could not, and so he bid me deliver a missive in his stead. Yeah, what do you have to say to the people of Asari? Judging by the striking resemblance, I take it you are the young fisher, Akitsu. Is that a letter or something? This is the letter from my father. He was severely wounded in battle but expects to make a full recovery. He's alive, but that would mean... Yeah. With the bloodlust you're craving, you would have to kill your own father, too. Suddenly, press X to doubt is for real. Surely a woman of your talents can divine a plausible explanation for this turn of events. Yeah, can you, Kisei? I think she's still too determined. You shall pay for this contumely. My daughter will make certain of that. Yeah, she's not going to be discouraged. But what about the rest of you? Yeah, especially you, little boy. You certainly had the hate on for us earlier. Yeah, they have nothing to say. Yeah, awkward. Meanwhile, hey there, Gosetsu. Apologies for the abrupt and otherwise unannounced arrival. As you can see, my lord Hien, I am returned. Full glad of my fault. Thanks to your timely arrival, we have given the lie to Kisei's claims of preternatural powers. I gather you are apprised of recent events? Aye, it did not take long to learn the state of affairs here in Doma, and that my assistance may be required. I had heard tales of Kisei channeling the dead, including the father of one young fisherman. Imagine my surprise when I saw this spirit in the flesh. He was also on pilgrimage, paying respects to the departed, and we chanced to meet in the Liberation Front infirmary. Would that we were not brought back together under such circumstances, but I am glad to see you all hale and hearty. You too there, Gosetsu. So as they talk a little more... Yeah, so much so that the camera just now stops painting back. Oh, the little boy has decided, oh, I haven't had enough. I want more. Tombo, is something the matter? I wish to apologize, Lord Hien. It was wrong of me to say the things I said. I can understand nothing can bring back my father, but I was so angry Please, Tombo, you needn't apologize. It's just, my brother was always so brave, but father's death was more than he could bear and he turned him into that monster. If he wasn't brave enough, what chance do I have? We wanted to perform the rites for Father, but the body was never returned to us, so... Not that I blame you for that, Lord Hien. I understand nothing could be done. Off he runs again. That Akitsu's father survived is nothing short of a miracle, but I fear he is indeed the rare exception. I have offered prayers at more graves than I can count. It would be cruel to give others the false hope that their loved ones might return. And yet Kise continues to do just that, offering comfort with her lies. That she doesn't even know are lies. Attempting but ephemeral balm for wounds that have yet to heal, much like the anger some harbor for you, or resentment for the families to store while theirs remain broken. But for those like that poor boy whose heart's lack for hatred, who only knows sadness and despair, aye, that they too may turn. Exposing the truth of Kise's deception hasn't helped matters. If we are to prevent more suffering, we must pursue a lasting solution. Indeed we must. I'd be most grateful for your counsel, Gusetsu. There is much I could learn from your pilgrimage. And not a moment too soon. If there is aught you require, say but the word and it shall be done. It is the least I can do for the part I played in Yotsu's tragedy. I failed her in the end, but I will not fail you, my lord. Thank you again for your aid, Rika. The day's events have given me much to consider. When our next step is decided, you will be the first to know. Well, it won't take you long to come up with an answer, after we take our 501,600 experience points and 1,000 gil. So I'll let you and Gosetsu have a brief chat. And then we're going to summon the two of you right back out. Let's go ahead and speak with Lady Yugiri to take on the level 89 ranged DPS quest for Endwalker, entitled A Singular Gift. Yugiri's stern expression suggests she has no good news to share. Regrettably, there have been no sightings of the blasphemy since our first encounter at Shore Rock. As times we surmised, it seems to fear confrontation. We, for our part, have tried to make good use of this intervening calm. Even now, Lord Hien and Gosetsu discussed how we might prevent other villagers from turning. If you wait here a moment, he would no doubt wish to hear your thoughts on the matter. Alright. Bring the boys back out for more. Rika, so glad you could come. As Yugiri no doubt explained, the blasphemy continues to elude us, and so we have turned our attention to other matters we can and should address. What have we got? After long discussions and much deliberation, we believe we have found a means to allay the growing malaise of our people. If you will, Gosetsu? Yeah, what can you tell us there, big man? The idea came to us after considering young Tombo's remarks about his father, whose body was never found and returned to Doma. Others no doubt share in his melancholy, unable to bury and mourn their loved ones as is their right. Put simply, they cannot make peace with their loss. Their anguish, if left to linger, may consume them as well. That we might provide the people of Doma with comfort and closure, we will hold a national funeral at the Swallow's Compass. Those who choose to attend will be asked to present personal effects of the deceased they wish to be enshrined there. Spirits reside in all things, be they living or inanimate, and though we may die, a part of us lives on in the items we cherish most in life. Therefore, in lieu of remains, these belongings will be afforded a place in the royal mausoleum, that the spirits of those lost to us may find their way home to Doma, and at last, know peace. The announcement has already been made, and a great many people are now engaged in the difficult task of deciding which keepsake will serve as their offering. 'Tis not a decision to be made lightly, but I suspect they will have made up their minds by the time we go to collect their chosen tokens. I also hope to learn more about the departed from those willing to speak with me, for my benefit and for theirs. To break free of their sorrow, they must seek joy in the memories and the love they shared with the departed, and I will help them find it. Might the Liberator of Doma be willing to favor her people with her presence as well? I doubt not that they will appreciate the gesture. Well, I know that Kurin can't make it, but I'm definitely willing to be there on our behalf. Good. Yugiri, I leave the people of Isari to you. Gosetsu, might I ask you to... Do what? Apologies, my lord, but there's a small but most urgent matter that I must first attend to. Small but urgent. Polytombo. Very well, I shall not pry. Now, Rika, let us go and pay a visit to the good people of Namai. Yeah, so that Kisei can kick your ass with words again. So away the two of them go. And meanwhile, whatever will Gosetsu be up to? Let's find out as we make our way back over to Namai. Alright, Hien. Right then, before we begin, I would remind you that you need only listen to the tales of their loved ones. As over the sea of the ceremony, I see it as my duty to deliver their effects personally. Because of this, it is of the utmost importance that we keep clear of any beast that might damage our cargo. It goes without saying how important it is that their offerings are delivered in pristine condition, and I will be no good to you in fight while heavily encumbered. If stealth or fight or not are options, I must ask that you fight for us both, but we need not worry unless the occasion arises. For now, let us be off. Ian is now accompanying you. Okay, we gotta go to 3 different spots. So we have a bereaved woman over here that we're gonna speak to first. My husband, my dear sweet Maroya, never returned from Golomor, but perhaps now his soul might know peace. Please take this painting brush to the Swallow's Compass. Thank you very much. I shall handle it with the utmost care. Might we trouble you to tell us more about your husband? As we look up into the fog. Maroya was a kind and gentle soul. There was nothing he loved more in the world than to create. That brush never left his side, not even when he tended the fields. Any spare moment was dedicated to his craft, and he produced the most wonderful vistas of Yansha. It was his dream to take us to Kugane, where he would become a famous artist, until he was conscripted. In the early days, he would send drawings of the places they took him, though I know not how. But more time began to pass with each arrival, and then they stopped coming all together. I know not in what far-flung land he died, but I pray it was as beautiful as his works. He sounds like quite a man to hold fast to his art even when forced to endure such hardship. His soul will find peace, of that I have no doubt. So we're glad we could help you out. Now let's go over this way and find this grieving elder, who's standing next to another grieving elder. I must thank you again, Lord Hien, for this honor. My son would have been overjoyed to know that his katana would be enshrined at the Swallow's Compass. Here you go. Nay, the honor is mine. I'm sure your son was a fine warrior. Aye, and so was I once upon a time. A samurai as it happens, in service to your father when the Empire first invaded our lands. Though we were defeated, our spirits broken, my son Motosue was never one to lose hope. He was determined to follow my footsteps, gave everything to honing his skill with the blade. When I watched him train, I felt the pride I thought I had forsaken swell in my breast, and I knew he would restore our family to its former glory. Alas. He could have fled, perhaps started life anew as a vagabond of some sort, but he bore the burden and fought for Golomor, for fear of what the Imperials might do if he did not. 'Tis plain he was a loving son and a warrior true. I will care for his blade as if it were mine own, and see it given the honor and respect due a samurai of Doma. And finally we gotta go this way. Gotta go down over here.
And look who we should find. But Tanbo. Alright there, young man. What are you going to be contributing?
I realize it's quite large, but I wanted to offer this on behalf of my brother and our father, Suzushiro.
Yeah, it's quite the big jug. If you are willing, I would very much like to hear more about them both.
My father, he was a carpenter. He was a good man, if a bit stubborn. Always thinking about his work. The only time he ever seemed to enjoy himself was when he had a cup of sake in his hand. When my brother came of age, he took up the trade as well. It brought them closer. I see them laughing over drinks together or listening in silence to the crickets singing under the moonlight. I wanted to join them one day. This was their favorite sake. I thought they might miss it.
I'm sure it'll taste all the sweeter having come from you. Glad we could help. I realize no one can ever replace your brother or father, but if you will allow, I would be honored to share drinks with you in their stead. When you are of age, of course. Yeah, he'd definitely appreciate that. This should be everything. Would you join me for a short reprieve before our journey back? Of course. Yeah, can you carry that heavy jug all on your lonesome? It is clay, so make sure you don't break it. Alright, go. Was he down here or up there? Oh, there he is. Yeah, I needed a moment to figure it out. But yeah, he's looking off into what's going to be sunset soon. They put on brave faces, but the people of Nemai are still racked with grief. It is the same at every village I have visited recent days, but it is only now that I am struck by the contradictory nature of my goals. How's it so? Having joined the Eastern Alliance and taken steps to revitalize the Enclave, I believed Doma was at last on the path to peace and prosperity. I still do. Yet by focusing so keenly on the future, I have neglected the past that yet haunts my people. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Even if they do not give in to despair and become beasts that plague our lands like poor Tombo's brother, how are we to truly move forward if we are constantly looking back? Yeah, you speak of their past, what of yours? Or, yeah, is there someone for whom you yourself still grieve? Yeah, what of your own there, Lord Hien? You are not, completely absolved. Me? All things considered, I suppose it was only a matter of time before the subject was broached. Ha! She cuts to the heart of the matter, and the young lord. For the best, I should think, for he cannot lead by example if he has not yet made peace with his own past. Yeah, we could tell it was you, Gosetsu. 1,000 apologies, my lord. I was passing through, tending to the matters of which I spoke earlier, when I chanced to hear familiar voices in the distance. If I may be so bold, the people of Doma one and all understand the source of your pain. To lose your father in the turmoil of a failed rebellion, his staggering duty to the throne thrust upon you, aye, how could you even begin to mourn when you first had to lead? It would behove you to take part in the funeral rites, my lord. Take this time to make peace with your past while it was still yours to spend. Though unlikely, if not impossible, were you to become a monster as well, Doma would surely be lost. Yeah, touche there. I thank you for your counsel, Gosetsu. But if I may ask, why is it you keep your blade at the ready? I thought this personal matter of yours to be naught but a trifle. Or am I mistaken? Well, yeah. Do tell us. I find the katana a superior tool for peeling persimmons. Speaking of which, I do believe my stomach begs for sustenance. If you will excuse me. What are you not telling us?
Training. To help slay the blasphemy, no doubt. Fitting that he should offer me counsel, yet refused to heed it in kind. He is not the warrior he once was, but he is wise, our obstinate friend. If I am to be perfectly honest, it frightens me to recall it, the moment it all came crashing down.
You know, I got a flashback here.
We had taken Doma Castle. Victory was ours, but then we looked out and saw the banners of the 12th Legion marching towards us, the Crown Prince of the Fall. No sooner had Gosetsu and I escaped than we received word that Xenos had slain my father. I remember how the fight went out of Gosetsu in an instant, how he wept for his lord while I felt the weight of the profound duty bear down upon my shoulders, crushing, suffocating, the heat of my own breath, the chill of my clammy palms. But duty demanded I master my emotions. When all those around me, Gosetsu included, were consumed by anger and a thirst for vengeance, I had to be in control. Under my orders, we dispersed and fled to fight another day. To this day, I have not stopped to reflect on my father's death. How could I, devoted as I am to finding Doma's way forward? So have you? But now I must. And so, having taken you into my confidence, will you see this through with me to journey's end?
You bet I will.
The keepsake I would offer for the funeral is hidden in a place not easily reached. We will have to fly there, I'm afraid, but worry not. My yawl will ferry us. Just a moment.
Alright, yeah. Go and summon the big bird. Oh, yeah. We're not alone. We're the people doing the same thing. Including, Mikote's just the same way I am.
The place we seek is in Plum Spring, in the mountains. Shall we?
Not the all in trouble with Hien? Absolutely. So yeah, you take one, I take my own, and away we go. Yeah, it's been a while since we've done a tandem flyover. And on a sunset like this, I think it's very appropriate. Just make sure you don't crash into anything, Lord Hien. As we make our way into the open areas of the Yanshin territory. And we're definitely flying high up, that's for sure. Flying into the fog. And now hanging a hard left. Right into the one little sanctuary of the Yanshin area, the Plum Spring. So, upon our arrival, it's buried under the tree.
My parents would bring me here for Hinami as a child. Its beauty and serenity was such that I could forget the realities of the occupation. Indeed, some of my fondest memories of family are here, which is precisely why I chose this place to conceal the singular gift my father bequeathed to me as a child.
So what are you digging up there, Lord Hien? A little monkey doll.
Charming, is it not? The great auspice, Kitian Dashang, said to reside somewhere along the Dairyu chain.
Yeah, we know where he is.
In those days, anyone and everyone knew the tales of his prowess. Reckless boy that I was, I once even tried to seek him out, hoping he might help us. I buried it here shortly after my coming-of-age ceremony. It seemed a fitting place to both part with my childhood and offer a final goodbye to my mother. More a keepsake of mine than his, to be sure, but he was never a man of worldly possessions. Still, I suspect he would allow himself a rare smile if he were to see it again after all these years.
I'm sure he would.
And that is precisely how I wish to bid him farewell, with a smile. Yeah, we of course have to smile as well. It should go without saying that I prefer it not become known that I kept this doll here. Wouldn't want the children to grow jealous now, would we? Jealous? And with that, I believe it is time we return to the Enclave. Alright then, away we go. So yeah, we go directly back to the Enclave. Lord Hien. There are more villages to visit and offerings to collect, but preparations are proceeding apace. Soon the people will have one less cause to be tempted down the path of despair. Of course, there still remains the problem of the blasphemy. The former conscripts will remain at the King Con until it has been dealt with. We will slay the beast in due time, but before that, I'd be honored if you were present for the funeral rites. Pray speak with the Curie when next you visit the Enclave, and she will tell you more of the proceedings. So, it will not take long to do that, so we'll take our 5,800,200,000 experience points, 1,000 gil, and a serving of coconut cod chowder. So away he goes, but not for too long.